Greetings, Bethlehem Lutheran Church members. My name is Joe Finke, President of Church Council here at Bethlehem Lutheran Church. And here with me is Pastor Matt. Pastor Matt, say hi.
Hi.
Behind the camera, filming with us is Jeremy, our worship and music director. Jeremy, say hi.
Hi.
I want to give you a church update as we move into the fall and let you know what we as a council have been doing all summer. To begin with, Bethlehem Christian School began classes this week, expanding to 2 kindergarten classes this year. Karen, Jill, and her crew have been getting ready all summer long for this opening, following all state guidelines and best practices recommended for preschool and kindergarten. What else have we been up to, Pastor Matt?
Thanks, Joe. Well, we've been busy preparing for a return to in-person worship and wanted to highlight some of the ways that we've done that. Obviously, we've been requiring visitors and staff to wear masks and sign in when they enter the building. We've been working all summer with Comcast to upgrade our internet. Now, they've run into a permitting issue just this week. I had hoped to be able to announce that we were ready to go with high-speed internet, but that is not the case. We're still working through that. But the plan is a better Wi-Fi infrastructure that will mean the ability to live stream services from our sanctuary. Now, on top of video and audio production and recording and editing and uploading for weekly services, things that Jeremy has been doing to this end of live streaming services, I've also asked Jeremy to do research, which he's been doing on cameras and programs so that we can set up a passive system for recording services. We don't anticipate long-term doing the whole pre-recorded service and in-service. Butch has also been invaluable in addition to bookkeeping and new cleaning schedule in working to make us and our school eligible for payment protection loan, which he did. That will likely become a grant, which is wonderful, all to make sure that we could continue to pay our staff through the summer. Another thing Butch has been doing is migrating our accounts and the school's accounts to a new bank with better customer support and more affordable services. Again, that will be a big help and save us some money. We've also contracted with a company called Clean and Simple for additional school and eventually church sanitizing of bathrooms and common areas, including electrostatic fogging, which eventually will include our fellowship hall and sanctuary as needed. Currently, it's just focused on the school side. In order to meet guidelines for reopening, we just this week received our shipment of 9 touchless sanitizers to begin setting up 9 stations that we need in our school and our church space. We still have work to do putting those together. Additional components need to be added, but a big thanks to Shanna for assembling these for us this week. When the time comes to return to in-person worship, we're going to need, though, additional volunteers to coordinate our COVID-19 compliance and help with video recording. So I would encourage you to prayerfully consider if that's something you want to participate in, approaching me or Jeremy with an offer to help. Joe, what else do we have?
Speaking of help, I would like to say thank you to everyone for their financial help during this unprecedented time. The Executive Council has met all summer long, closely monitoring the budget weekly. We have put a spending freeze on the second and third quarter for this year, but we've recently approved fourth quarter spending, where it puts us in COVID-19 compliance and gets us ready to return to worship. We are now looking at fourth quarter and reviewing next year's budget. On the subject of COVID-19, Pastor Matt and Shannon have been busy working on opening plans, following state, Senate, and CDC guidelines. Council will continue to evaluate our preparation so we can be ready to gather, which is, I know, what you want to do. Pastor Matt, what do you say about the fall programs?
You know, I'll talk about the Bible study and the technology fundraiser if you'll mention our Wilcox service and also talk about drive-through communion. Okay. That's a deal? All right. So I will be live streaming a 6-week Bible study on the book of James beginning Wednesday, October 7th, and that'll go 7 to 8 p.m. Again, the plan is to live stream that via our Facebook page. So it's going to be available to watch at other times if you can't join us for those initial Wednesday gatherings. Oh, and I have a special message for our confirmants, and you know who you are. I've ordered some new resources for us that we will be in contact soon about as we set up a new schedule so that we can get back on track with our confirmation program. We also have a technology fundraiser starting in October to invest in office and sanctuary upgrades to help with reopening and build for the future. We need to make some steps forward technologically in order to be best positioned for growth in the future. But more on that later.
Check your weekly emails this week for more information. But on Saturday, September 26th, starting at 2 p.m., Pastor Matt and some helpers will be distributing sealed communion kits. Concentrated in the morning, which can be taken while remaining in your car or brought home and shared with loved ones. This will be a drive-through communion. So we ask that you be patient and remain in your cars during distribution. Also, a reminder that we will be having our final Wilcox service of the season the next day, September 27th, Sunday, at 10 a.m. Anything else, Pastor Matt?
No, let me tell you a terrible joke.
Okay.
Did you know that Bigfoot is sometimes confused with Sasquatch, yet he never complains? Yet he never complains.
Wow.
God bless you guys.
God bless you.
Thanks for your contributions and your prayers.